Shri Shri Radha Madhavi Jai Gaura Prema Hari Bol.
Going to hand? Accompany with a harmonium. Good. Well, who's going to play the cymbals? I'll play the harmonium. I'll play the cymbals. Eh? Do you know what? I can't like multitask, I'm trying. Oh, brilliant. They've been banned. Rudy, no, no, you're testing. Let's see if you can play. Try this. I'll just get the deal. Oh, do you want to play along? I've got the deal. Ah, really? I'll try my best. Oh yeah, sorry, brother. I didn't finish off. He came across, then I forgot. That's I'll just do the Guru Maharaj stream. Hare Krishna. What? They're going to rescue me. Where did you get them? These are the questions we had in the temple. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh, Jay. I don't know what key that is. I'm just giving you this. Are you a minor guy? That doesn't mean anything to me. I have no idea what that means. If I go too high, then the high bit go. I can't sing that high. Okay, that's good. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Do you think that's too high? No, no, just go. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Yes, Hare Krishna, Krishna. That's too high. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, oh Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I'll just change the tone. This is where I need help because that's where I need to use Kara shuru? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Is that the right key?
Anji, that's the tune.
That's the right key. No.
Slightly higher.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
No, that's one you're doing.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Sachinandana, Jayo Nitai Chan, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda Ram, Jayo Nityananda Ram,
Great news.
Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Baladeva, Jayo Subhadra, Prabhupada, 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 Gurudev, 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 Oh Gurudev, 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 Oh Gurudev, 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 Nitya Gaura, Nitya Gaura, Nitya Gaura, Nitya Gaura, Oh Nitya Gaura, Nitya Gaura, Nitya Gaura, Nitya Gaura. So Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Oh Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Oh Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Oh Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Oh Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Jai Nitai Gaura Premanandi.
Good, well done. Wow, wow. Sudarshan is back.
Yeah, he's just skiving from tuition. He
Fully.
knows this is the real thing. Look at what we do now. You singing something?
I can do something if you want.
Huh?
I can do one if you want.
Yeah.
Or you want to do?
बीबू प्रभु आपको कभी समय मिलेगा ऑफर करो उसके बाद आते हैं।
See, how do you incorporate that? You know what tone to put in when that's so high. Even I'm so high, but you're still massively low. How do you do that?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hari Bol.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jagadguru.
Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Prabhupada.
Jaya Guru Maharaj,
Jayo
Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Jayo Patite Pavan.
Jayo Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Jayo Patita Pavan.
Nitai Gora Hari Bol,
Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur,
Nitai Gora Hari Bol,
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Oh Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. आओ जी पुजारी जी.
Prabhuji, what are you going to say?
Mantra.
Where's Satchidananda Prabhu? I think he can do Regal style. Anji?
Another two.
Oh, no. What's the next bit? Satchidananda Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Jai Shri Radhe. Zabardast.
Very nice. So, with the Prabhu, sing Jai Ram. Anybody ask somebody? Oh, yeah. Yes, good. And Anuragi? Harmonium there. Oh, yeah. What's that? Okay, next week we'll teach. Then you will be doing properly. Otherwise you're doing good. You're nearly there. Honestly, nearly there. But he wants to make it better. He's training me as well. We've been doing it for like 30 years. So the Sera is on Wednesday, and it is. And we don't want Raman to attend the party. We'll stop him. Lord Ram will make sure that he doesn't come, right? So that's very great. And please fill in your Eventbrite thing so we know I have an idea what we're going to cook and everything, or how many we're going to cook. Yeah. Very good. I like that Eventbrite. So there we go. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.
Right, Papuji. I could do. Ram Krishna Govinda Narayan. That's not complicated. Ram Krishna Govinda Narayan. Did I go wrong something?
Oh, wrong.
Yeah. You want she? Okay.
No, that's good.
Okay. Okay.
Jai Ho Ba. Kem Chok.
Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Bajrangabali Shri Hanuman ki. Very good. You could follow that.
Hare Krishna. Haribo, welcome. So right now the Navratras are happening, and there are different explanations given. One of them is these are the 9 days, the 10 days of fighting going on, 9 days, and 10th day is Victory Day. So that's Dasera. That's what's the Vijay Dashmi, yes. So that's happening on Wednesday. So we'll have some sort of a program here. We'll announce it when we know more about it. Are we? Yeah. What? For the Sera? Okay. I thought we were doing Sharad Purnima. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. So today I want to try and glorify Shri Ram, and this I try and focus a little on this confrontation between Ram, and all his allies, and Ravan and his army. So these two armies, and I wanted to focus on how even we, as Hindus generally, may look upon our own scriptures, especially Ramayana, when we're talking about bears and monkeys and winged birds. we ourselves may fall in the trap of thinking, wow, this is all mythology, not mythology. But if we, and unfortunately, our impression of Ramayana and the other scriptures, Leelas, is based not on our own reading of the scriptures, but on what we've seen on TV. Or we've heard some Kathavachaks who haven't done much reading themselves. But it's mostly what you see on TV. So I want to try pick some passages from Valmiki Ramayana to try and give you a sense of how big and grand this whole Leela was. So Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Ramchandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Jnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmudamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai. So, I'll start. I was in two minds about it, but I will speak about during the rainy season, alliance had already been formed between Ram and Sugriv. And Sugriv got preoccupied with enjoying himself, while Ram was waiting patiently in the cave for the rainy season to pass. And then nothing happened, and Lakshmana got very angry, and he went. He went to confront Sugriv. And Sugriv came to his senses, and he began the process of sending out the monkeys to look for Sita. Right, he did. But it's the way it's described in here. It is extraordinary. So first of all, Sugriv, he's approaching Hanuman to begin the whole process. He's big, right? He said, let hundreds, no, thousands, even crores of such lions among monkeys abide by my orders, go forth under my command. So he's sending, so Hanuman is charged to pick the monkeys who will then go out to call other monkeys to come. This is what's happening. Hearing the command of the celebrated Sugriv, Hanuman dispatched valiant monkeys to all the quarters. Sent by the king, the monkeys for their part soared in a moment to the very skies. These monkeys, they could fly. They had power to jump big distances, stay in the air, go in the sky, or you could almost fly. Okay, so they immediately soared in a moment to the very skies, coursing along the route of birds as well as of the heavenly bodies. The monkeys course, all the monkeys living on the seashore. The said monkeys caused all the monkeys living on the seashore, on the mountains, in forests, as well as on the margin of lakes to move for the cause of Sri Ram. Hearing the command of Sugriv, who was like death, the monkeys turned up with all speed, unnerved as they were with fear of Sugriv. Then, now listen to the numbers here, 3 crores of monkeys who are like colorium in color and possessed of extraordinary might rushed forth from the Anjana mountain to where Sri Ram was. 10 crores of other monkeys possessing the color of molten gold and sporting on the foremost of mountains where the sun sets moved from the said mountains. Again, thousands of crores of monkeys shining like the manes of a lion came in a body from the heights of the Kailash mountain. Another 1,000,000 crores of monkeys who had taken up their abode on the Himalayan range and lived on fruits and roots turned up. Thousands of crores of fearful monkeys appearing like the Mars and of terrible deeds descended in haste from the Vindhya range. The number of those which had their abode on... Now, this what struck me. This is what really got me, okay? As I said, we think small. Our thinking is small. The number of those which had their abode on the shores of the milk ocean, Kshirsag. Right. We are thinking earth only. This is Treta Yuga. There's a saying that in Sat Yuga, the battles were interplanetary. because devas would come to Earth planet and take great kings with them to help them fight the asuras. So there's fighting going on in the heavenly planets. So the fighting was within the, interplanetary, and then in the Treta Yuga it became more like intercontinental, something like that. I forget. I heard a long time ago. Then in Dwapara Yuga it was interfamily, was it? Yeah. Within a country, yes. I'm thinking Mahabharata, yeah. And in Kali Yuga, it's in your own mind. A lot of fighting is going on in your own mind. Battles, yeah. But this thing that the monkeys were coming from Milk Ocean. There's more on this later on. So I'll just quickly skip something.
Hey, monkey. So excited you're ready.
So now the monkeys are arriving. The monkeys, you can imagine the scene, the monkeys are arriving. And Ram is with Sugriv, okay? In the meantime, there rose a cloud of dust veiling the fiery and scorching brilliance of the sun in the sky. The quarters, everything you see, were obscured and enveloped by the darkness occasioned by the dust, and the entire earth shook with its mountains, forests, and woodlands. Thereupon the whole earth was thickly covered with innumerable monkeys possessed of extraordinary might and sharp teeth, and looking like lordly mountains. In the mere twinkling of an eye, after that the earth was overrun by celebrated leaders of Vanar hordes, followed by hundreds of crores of monkeys, capable of changing their form at will. Another quality they had, they could change their form. They could leap in the sky and almost fly, and they change their form. Possessed of extraordinary might and living on the riverbanks, mountains, and seashores. And it was further overrun by other monkeys dwelling in forests and thundering like clouds. And then just to give you an idea, just to give you a flavor, a taste, because the descriptions are quite detailed, but this is just to give you a taste. Presently there appeared a glorious and gallant monkey, Shatabali by name, followed by 10,000 crores of monkeys. So these are the leaders of these different parties. Next came to view the powerful father of Tara. Tara was, whose name was Sushen, wife of Ali, Tara. Her father, Sushen, he plays a big role in helping Lord Ram. Looking like a golden mountain followed by many myriads of monkeys, accompanied by another 1,000 crores, again arrived. The mighty father of Ruma and father-in-law of Sugriv. There's a word. Okay. So Sugriv's wife, Sugriv's wife, So her father, he came. Also accompanied by many thousands of monkeys, there appeared the wise and glorious father of Hanuman, Kesari. A jewel among the monkeys, the foremost of the monkeys, who resembled in hue the filaments of a lotus, and whose countenance shone like the rising sun. Surrounded by 1,000 crore monkeys, came to view the Caesarean lord of baboons, Gavaksha, possessed of redoubtable prowess. Accompanied by 2,000 crores of bears of terrible speed, turned up Dhumra, the exterminator of his foes. So this goes on. You can write. There's a detailed description of these different leaders, Nil, Nal, and then different species of monkeys. So there's baboons are mentioned here, baboons. Then there's what's that monkey? The big monkey in Vrindavan. Langur. Yeah, langur is mentioned. So all the different species of monkeys are mentioned, and this is quite amazing. Huh? Yeah, Jamun is a bear. He wasn't alone. He came. Yeah, he didn't come alone. Yeah, as I said, we have an impression by what we see on TV or in the cinemas the old days, you know.
See, they were externally animals. In Kali Yuga, everybody's internally animals. They look like
Yeah.
animals, but they were very intelligent.
Oh,
We look human.
but we are the opposite. We are the opposite.
Thinking and doing.
We are the opposite. Okay, so that was just to give you a sense of. There's more there actually, which I want to read, but you know, I think let's move on. Do you want to hear a bit more of that? Because it's in my mind now. Okay, I want to share that with you. So.
You remember that example? The Rishi gave a lovely mantra. I said, don't think of monkeys.
Don't think of monkeys. I'm thinking of monkeys, but these. But I'm not thinking of the Kali Yuga monkeys. I'm thinking of those more than human monkeys. Okay, so all these monkeys have arrived, and then what Sugriv does, he lets Lord Ram know all these hordes of monkeys and these amazing leaders are here now, and he tells Lord Ram, you please now instruct them what you want them to do. Sugriv is saying, this is your army, and see Lord Ram's response. So Lord Ram first of all embraces Sugriv and said, let it be a certain, O gentle one, whether Sita is still living or not, and let the land where Ravan lives be found out, O highly intelligent one. Having found out Sita as well as the abode of Ravan, I shall do in conjunction with you what is opportune at that moment. This is Lord Ram's humility. I am not equal to this task of sending out these Vanas, or ruler of monkeys. He says, no, you do it. You do it. You command the monkeys, not me.
Before Hanumanji.
No. Oh yeah, yeah. This is all the monkeys just arrived, and so now he's about to send them out. Send them out. So here are a few passages of now the first batch of monkeys is sending out in the easterly direction. I believe. Okay, here we go. Sugriv for his part spoke in the presence of Sri Ram as well as for the wise Lakshman to a powerful troop leader by the name of Vinata. Vinata was the first monkey he chose, who looked like a mountain and thundered like a cloud. He said, you are endowed with political wisdom suited to a particular place and time and skilled in determining your duty. Followed by 100,000 of energetic monkeys, explore the eastern quarter with its mountains, forests, and woods, and make a search there for Sita and the abode of Ravan in mountain fastnesses, in forests, and on river banks. Reaching the river Bhagirathi, the holy Ganga, the delightful Saryu and Kaushiki, the lovely Yamuna having a source in the Kalinda mountain, as well as the huge mountain Kalinda, as well as the Saraswati and Sindhu, whose water sparkle as a gem, the rivers Mahi, and so this he goes on, right? Vidya, Malwa, Kashi, Koshal. I mean, our impression of these monkeys is limited intelligence, right? They don't know much what's in the world. This is a detailed description by Sugriv saying where they should go. Detailed description by Sugriv. Very detailed.
Shall we remind everybody that these monkeys are divine creatures?
Yeah.
Because demigods were sent to take those births, so they would be exceptional.
The very, very, very
Extraordinary,
Okay, here we go.
Ravan said that he wanted a boon that he wouldn't be killed, and he left out men and monkeys. So he asked Lord Brahma for a boon.
So they were sent take births. So they were superpowers.
All the millions.
Well, I'm not sure about the leaders would have. Would you like to be part of this?
Full of. Just. Now here's a phrase, you just talk what you are talking about. It comes up again and again. Oh, denizens of the forest. So these Vanars frequently described as denizens of the forest. And Pundik Maharaj expanded on that, saying, we think of them as ordinary monkeys. They're not. They're not monkeys as we know them, just following on what he's saying. They are different to what we imagine they are. He says, full of endeavor, you should also scour. So there's a long list. Sugriv went through lots of different names. And then here he's saying, full of endeavor, you should also scour Yavadvip, the island of Java, or Javadvip. And I'm thinking, what is that? Beyond Yavadvip lies a mountain, Shishir by name, inhabited by devas and demons, which touch the sky with its summit. So this Javadvip, I was wondering what is that? I was wondering. So we are part of Jambudvip. So in Bhumandal, Jambudvip is at the center. It's big central disk in the center and rising so many yojans, 100 yojans high, I think, 100,000 yojans. And the top is Brahmalok. So Jambudvip. Then there's an ocean of salt water surrounding Jambudvip. And then the next dweep is this Javadvip. Then there's another ocean, maybe of honey, sugar, I forget, sugar water. Then another dweep. So this is how there are 7 dweeps and 7 oceans. And each one is bigger than the previous one. And the Milk Ocean is further down the line. Remember, Lord Ram said, the monkeys who came from Shir Sagar. So this Java Dweep is the next Dweep. We are.
Next galaxy, so to speak, or something, or even.
No, it'd be difficult to. Difficult. Honestly, it's what is clear to me is you can't think of it, understand this complex universe with one vision, one understanding what it is. That's why that different description given at different times to give emphasis on different elements of it. But our brains cannot compute sometimes. Yeah.
Can I put it in perspective? I mean, where does Lord Ram come from? From the Ayodhya Dham, which is in Vaikunt. Come from there. So it's no surprise that some of the people want to join him because that's unique time with the Lord from Ayodhya. He's coming. So you can see they'll be inspired everywhere in every planetary system to actually join in this. So can we remember that? And also the Jagannath temple itself, it's like Jambudvip type. People haven't realized that because at the top there's a chakra there, that's Brahm chakra. So then the whole thing is the model of the universe, it's like that. And in there is Jagannathji, and that's why he is Lord of the universe, and that's the model, that temple. And the amazing thing is, it's got wheels on it, like Konark temple, it's got wheels on it. So the whole universe moves. We think of like still, there's a movement going on. And this is Jagannath Balespadra. And who pulls that universe? Radharani. It's been too deep and speculative. But I'm just saying, we've been meditating, and I realized that the Rath Yatra they actually make it in the shape of Sri Mandir. And the wheels are on it to pull. And Konark is also an example of a temple with loads of
wheels. Yeah.
So then, if you go there in Jagannath Puri temple, there is also a Bhairava, what do you call it? Pathal Naresh. There. And there's Bali Maharaj, Bali Vaman temple as well. And they stand there and look at the top with the flag is. So there's Brahmlok, there's Patalok. So this is the model of the universe. So go to Jagannath temple, you realize Lord Jagannath is residing in the universe. That's why it's Jagannath. That's the model. And that's in reality as well. So if you can understand the temple, you understand the universe like that. Just a little footnote.
The other way to help you appreciate what we're saying is because the 6 Goswamis, it is described, they had 1 foot in this universe and 1 foot in the spiritual world. So they could sit down in meditation and they're transformed to the spiritual world. They could be sitting in Radhakund or Ras Lila. Seva Kunj, could be Seva Kunj, Vamsi Bhatt. They could be sitting there. The body is here, but the spiritual personality is having some exchange with either the gopis or manjaris, with Krishna. 1 foot here, 1 foot in the spiritual world. They didn't travel thousands of miles millions of miles in the spaceship. It's a higher dimension. We are stuck in our 3 dimensions, 4 dimensions, if you include time. They are acting higher than that. And, just help you appreciate that. We are thinking of physical traveling, aren't we? They are traveling, like I said once before, think of wormholes, shortcuts, but spiritual shortcuts. So here, again, there's lots of description there, and now here, again, Sugriv is still talking to Vinata. Okay, he's still talking. He's moved on from earthly descriptions to the dweeps and the oceans, and now he's coming, saying, at a distance of 13 yojans from the northern shore of the ocean of fresh water, there stands a very large mountain possessing the brilliance of gold, known by the name of Jatarupa Shila. There you will find seated, or monkeys, in front of that mountain, the 1,000-headed serpent god, Lord Anant. Lord Anant, Shesh. Right? He says, there you will find Anant Shesh. So I wanted to honestly convey this. If someone was writing mythology, this is immense detail. It is incredible detail. Someone wanted to write mythology. Yeah, so yeah. So I just want to convey that the topic has moved from earthly to beyond the earth, the other dweeps, the other oceans. There are 7 oceans. All of them are covered. All of them are covered. And there's more there. I could have, but I won't. Let me go back now. Let me go further. Sorry, in the Leela, that the monkeys have been gathered. The army has come. Hanuman was dispatched to go south and look for Sita. All the other parties failed. Hanuman's party, they went, and he was successful. He destroyed a lot of Lanka in the process. Came back, and then they went to Lord Ram. And then Lord Ram gathers his army. The bridge is built over the ocean. Then they cross the ocean. No, that hasn't happened. Sorry, that hasn't happened yet. The army is gathered on the other side, not in Lanka, on the southern shores. Ramesh, somewhere there. Yes, and then. Ravan is getting concerned. First, he thought these are mere monkeys and human beings. He had no fear of them, absolutely no fear of them. But then things started happening, and he's becoming little more alarmed. And everybody, and this is the most amazing thing I find, that everybody who talks to Ravan, and who's close to him, as close as his Mandodari, his Dharmapatni, his ministers, his brothers, everybody advises him, this is wrong. This is wrong what you are doing. You need to return Sita. Otherwise something bad is going to happen. So here it is saying, so he's been, other people have been telling him, don't do this. Hearing the wail of Ravan, who was overwhelmed with passion, Kumbhakarna flew into, so he's talking, Kumbhakarna, he's talking to Kumbhakarna, his brother. Kumbhakarna sleeps for 6 months. So while others are counseling him, saying, don't do this, but he says, look, I can't help it. I am so infatuated with Sita. I can't help it. Okay. But Kumbhakarna is awoken. Kumbhakarna is awoken just now, so after his 6 months sleep, please bring him. So then he explained to Kumbhakarna his situation. So Kumbhakarna says, he just then, yeah. 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 So here, Kumbhakarna now finds out what his brother's been doing. And this is his reaction. This is a reaction. I'm giving us a taste of how everyone was giving good advice. Good advice, but it was falling on deaf ears. So Kumbhakarna says, even as the river Yamuna fills the depression near its source, the moment it descends on earth, your mind ought to have sought careful deliberation with us the very moment when the aforesaid Sita was actually borne away here by force after a single impulsive thought. All this doing of yours, O great king, is unworthy of you. Deliberation ought to have been held with us at the very beginning of this act. You should act us at the beginning, not now. Before you did it, you should have consulted us. A monarch who discharges his kingly duties with justice, his mind having determined his purpose in consultation with his counselors, does not have to repent, O Ravan. Actions which are undertaken without recourse to fair means and run counter to the principles of righteousness beget sin, even as oblations used in impure sacrifices, undertaken for malevolent purposes. He who seeks to perform at a later date duties which requiring to be performed earlier, and those which ought to be performed later at an early date, does not know right and wrong. Observing the superior strength of an enemy who is hasty in actions, others for their part look for his weak points, even as swan seek the fissure in the Cronch mountain. This great undertaking, which was not duly considered, has been set afoot by you. By good luck, Ram did not kill you, even as food mixed with poison would kill the consumer. And then he says, I will take care of the enemy. But see the advice, see how he's speaking to his brother, saying this was a foolish thing to do. Absolutely foolish thing to do. But because I'm your brother, a bit like Karan was duty bound to Duryodhan, here Karan says, I shall actually neutralize the unworthy action that has been started by you in relation to your enemies. I shall exterminate your foes. So he's saying, I will support you. But he told him, you are wrong. You are wrong. Now, then Vibhishan comes in. Vibhishan was from the beginning always saying, giving the right advice to Ram. From the beginning, giving all the right advice. So he comes in. See, Vibhishan is now speaking. He says, by whom, O king, so he's speaking to Ravan now. Ravan has said something. So how he can't help himself. Now Vibhishan is speaking. Saying, by whom, O king, has a huge serpent of gigantic proportions in the form of Sita? Her bosom for its coils, her remaining plunged in thought for its poison, her sweet smiles and sharp fangs, her 5 fingers for its 5 hoods, been tied to your neck. Yeah? Let Sita be given back to Ram, while the monkeys who are tall as mountain tops and have teeth and claws for their weapons have not yet invaded Lanka. Let Sita be restored to Ram. Neither Kumbhakaran, nor Indrajit, nor even Mahapashva and Mahodar, nor Nikumb and Kumbh, nor even Atikaya are capable of withstanding Ram in combat. O king, you shall not be spared by the arrows of Sri Ram, even though protected by the sun god or the wind god, nor if seated in the lap of Indra or death, nor if you have penetrated into the heavens or Patal. I mean, this language is amazing. You know, the language is quite amazing. These are very intelligent people. And that's what struck me when I was watching Raman Saga's Ramayana on TV when this battle was happening. Even on battlefield, when they are talking to each other, it's like cultured dialogue. It's a very cultured dialogue, you know, that when Ram and Ravan are speaking and hurling, you know, words at each other, but they are cultured, deep words. So after Vibhishan spoke, then one of Prahasta, I think he's the chief minister, he spoke against him, and then Indrajit, Ravan's eldest son and the most famous son. Ravan had many sons. Ravan had many sons. And they started to die, I think, from the moment Hanuman went to Lanka. That was the first son, one maybe more were lost. Ravan, very powerful, very wealthy. He's conquered the demigods. Kuber gave his own Viman to him. Kuber. Then I'm looking at Ravan's behavior and what happens to him. He cannot control himself. What was the result? Right? He had Putra. Yeah. He had might. He was amazingly powerful. But then I was remembering that bhajan we sing, Bhajahure Mana. Edana yovana putra parijana iteke ache paratiti. What assurance is there of your longevity based on your wealth, on your youth? Yeah? On your might. Dhan, Yovan. Yeah? We are Ravan had all that. It didn't help him. He was depending on these things. He had conquered so much of the universe. So much. He had all this. And this is the message that bhajan is still giving us, that don't depend on these things. Because death is still waiting for all of us. But the thing you should be doing is doing Hari Bhajan Nitira, yeah? bhajo haripada nitire. That is a real safety net. Not your dhan, not your youthfulness, not your might, all the other things which regularly quote, These things, Ravan had them to a level we cannot imagine. We cannot imagine. But they didn't help him. And so this is going back and forth, and now see how Vibhishan retorts to Indrajit. So Indrajit insults Vibhishan for speaking like that to his father. He's really insulting him. But I say it's not like it's really cultured language here, okay? And then Vibhishan gets back at him. Being a mere boy whose intellect is not yet ripe, my child, you are not able to decide what should be done, what should not be done. Therefore, much incoherent talk has been poured forth by you to your own destruction. Though passing by the name of a son, O Indrajit, you are an enemy to Ravan under the cloak of a friend, in that even on hearing of his destruction at the hands of Ram, you are saying ditto to him through infatuation. You are certainly deserving of death and grossly evil-minded too. He too is deserving of death who brought you here, who ushered you, an utterly reckless boy, into the presence of counselors today. He's not mincing his words. This is getting near the point of battle now. And this is how these discussions go on in the back rooms when Ukraine is a lot in the news now. Ukraine is a lot in the news now. So Russia, Ukraine fighting, and you could sense before the fight, he actually invaded. You could sense there was something was building up. Something was building up, and it was getting very deadly serious. This is getting deadly serious, and therefore the language is getting more and more strong. Trying to advise the people who take decisions, take the right decisions, please. Yeah. So the way he spoke to Indrajit, the Ravan is there. And my God, it's like you can almost be forgiven for thinking he's got a death wish, speaking like this. He's got a death, he hasn't finished yet. You are indiscriminate, dull-witted, uncultured, violent by nature, of poor intelligence, wicked, ignorant, and extremely evil-minded. And talk like a child, O Indrajit. Who can withstand the flaming arrows loosed by Ram in combat right in front of the enemy, which resemble the rod of Brahma? Yeah. Oh my goodness. So even once you start, it's fantastic. Okay, I'll stop there. Very, very quickly, what then happens is Ravan is now incensed with these words of Vibhishan, and he speaks in such a way that Vibhishan decides it's time to leave Ravan. He'd say, he wants to leave Ravan. And do you know how he leaves? Just very, very quickly. Rebuked in these harsh words, Vibhishan, who had spoken what is right, rose into the air. He rose into the air, Vibhishan, along with 4 of his ministers. And he said, now I can do no more for my brother. He's bent on his destructive course. I will go to Ram. So they rise in the air, Vibhishan 4 ministers, and they go from Lanka all the way to Rameshwaram. and there he takes shelter of Sri Ram. And there's some lila there with the monkeys also. But this surrender to Sri Ram after abandoning Ravan is an example quoted as Sharanagati. We have a Bhaktivinoda Thakur written a bhajan called Sharanagati, and Vibhishan's example is quoted as an ideal example of Sharanagati. So I will stop there. There's a lot more. Haribo. Ramchandra Bhagwan ki jai. Bhagwan ki jai. Jai, Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Okay, so Ishani, you want to sing Murati? So the ladies can just back it up. That's your grandfather going to come? Oh, that's the one that I broke. Oh, his video. That's all right. Where's your yellow quarterback? What? Everybody should have it. I'm going to change it. Get a low. Is it in the day here? Hello? You get the djembe out, please.
Yeah, I can see. I need to get it. I don't know the words. I have to close up the I look on the screen. Is it tall enough for you? Shall I sit? Take room. Can go also.
Nitai Gauranga.
Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Gaurari, Kib Jaya, Jaya, Gaura Chandre, Arati Goshoba.
Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine
Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschata Deshatarine
Namaste Devi Gauravani Praja
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
জগন্নাথ স্বামী নয়ন পতগামী নয়ন পতগামী বব তুমি
Jagannath Swami. It's a bit loud. Nayana Patagami. Nayana Patagami. Bring it down. Baba Tume.
জগন্নাথ স্বামী নয়ন পতগামী নয়ন পতগামী বব তুমি
Jagannath Swami. Nayana Patagami. Nayana Patagami. Baba Tume.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Swami Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Swami Jagannath.
Jayo Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Swami Jagannath.
Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Jagannath, Swami Jagannath.
Jayo Baladev, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladev, Jayo Subhadra.
Jayo Baladeva, Jayo Subhadra, Jayo Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra.
Jai Sudarshan, Jai Sudarshan, Jai Sudarshan, Rakshama.
Jai Sudarshan, Jayo Sudarshan, Jayo Sudarshan, Rakshama.
Jayo Sachinandana, Gaura Hari. Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hari.
Jayo Sachinandana, Gaura Hari. Jayo Sachinandana, Gaura Hari.
Jayo Sachinandana, Gaura Hari. Vishnu Priya Pranadana, Nadiya Bihari.
Jayo Sachinandana, Gaura Hari. Vishnu Priya Pranadana, Nadiya Bihari.
Jai Nitai Chan, Jai Nitai Chan, Jai Nitai Chan, Eka Chakradhan.
Jayo Nitai Chan, Jayo Nitai Chan, Jayo Nitai Chan, Eka Chakradhan.
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari.
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari.
Jayo Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Radhe.
Jayo Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Radhe.
Jayo Radha Shama Sundar, Radha Shama Sundar Radhe.
Jayo Radha Shama Sundara.
Jayo Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda Radhe.
Jayo Radha Gokula Nandara.
Jayo Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jayo Giri Govardhan.
Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jayo Giri Govardhan.
Jayo Shri Madhusudan, Shri Madhusudan, Shri Madhusudan, Jayo Shri Madhusudan.
Shri Madhusudan, Jayo Shri Madhusudan.
जय मानी 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 जय मानी
मानी जय मानी
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल
राधा रमन हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल
रघुनंदन राघव राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
रघुनंदन राघव राम हरे सिया राम
हे रघुनंदन राघव राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
रघुनंदन राघव राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
ओ श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
ओ श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
ओ श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
ओ श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय
ओ श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय
ओ श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
ओ श्री राम जय राम जय जय
ओ श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय
ओ
राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
जय हो प्रभुपाद जय हो प्रभुपाद प्रभु
हे राधा रानी की जय महारानी की जय राधा
रानी की जय ओ महारानी की जय
हे राधा रानी की जय महारानी की जय राधा
रानी की जय ओ महारानी की जय
बोलो बरसाने वाली की जय जय जय
बोलो बरसाने वाली की जय जय जय
बोलो वृंदावन वाली की जय जय जय
बोलो वृंदावन वाली की जय जय
जय
जय
राधा रानी की
जय
जय
हो।
महारानी की जय
राजा रानी की जय महारानी की जय।
राधे राधे बोलो बरसाना में डोलो,
राधे राधे बोलो बरसाना में ढोलो।
राधे राधे बोलो वृंदावन में डोलो,
राधे राधे बोलो वृंदावन में ढोलो।
राधे राधे बोलो कॉवेंट्री में डोलो,
राधे राधे बोलो कॉवेंट्री में ढोलो।
राधे राधे बोलो कॉवेंट्री में डोलो,
राधे राधे बोलो कॉवेंट्री में ढोलो।
राधे राधे बोलो राधा कुंड में डोलो,
राधे राधे बोलो राधा कुंड में ढोलो।
श्री राधे गोपाल बजमन श्री राधे,
श्री राधे गोपाल भज मन श्री राधे।
गोपाल बजमन श्री राधे,
श्री राधे गोपाल भज मन श्री राधे।
श्री राधे घन श्याम राधे,
श्री राधे घन श्याम राधे।
श्री राधे गोपाल राधे,
श्री राधे गोपाल राधे।
जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम।
जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम।
जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम।
जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम।
प्यारी राधे प्यारो श्याम,
दीन दयाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल।
दीन दयाल प्रभु दीन दयाल, दीन दयाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल।
दीन दयाल प्रभु दीन दयाल, दीन दयाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल।
श्याम सुंदर कन्हैया लाल, गिरिवरधारी नंद दोला।
श्याम सुंदर कन्हैया लाल, गिरिवरधारी मदन गोपाल।
श्याम सुंदर कन्हैया लाल, गिरिवरधारी नंद दोला।
श्याम सुंदर कन्हैया लाल, गिरिवरधारी नंद दोला।
नंद दोलाल प्रभु नंद दोलाल, नंद दोलाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल।
ओ नंद दुलाल प्रभु नंद दुलाल, नंद दुलाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल।
नंद दोलाल प्रभु नंद दोलाल, नंद दोलाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल।
नंद दुलाल प्रभु नंद दुलाल, नंद दुलाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल।
बोलो राधे राधे
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 राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे ओ राधे राधे
राधे राधे
ओ राधे राधे
ओ राधे राधे
राधे राधे
Radhe 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 Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Prabhupada Prabhupada Jayo Prabhupada
Prabhupada Prabhupada Prabhupada Jayo Prabhupada
Jayo Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada
Jayo Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Jayo Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada
Jayo Guru Maharaj Jayo Guru Maharaj Guru Maharaj Jayo Guru Maharaj
Jayo Guru Maharaj Guru Maharaj Guru Maharaj Jayo Patite Pavan
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Nitai Gaur
Hari Bol
Nitai Gaur
Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Nitai Gaur Hari
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol
Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Stotarsa Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON Community Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Shri Sachinandan Nitai Chand ki jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Madhav Shri Radha Raman Lal ki jai. Shri Manima Shri Madhusudan Shri Giriraj ki jai. Prem se ko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityanand Shri Advaita Gadada Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharani ki jai. Namacharya Das Thakur ki jai. Hare Krishna Ma Mantra ki jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai. ISKCON Coventry Yatra ki jai. ISKCON Worldwide Yatra ki jai. Gaura Premanand Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Guru Shri Gauranga. Shri Ramchandra Bhagwan ki jai. Navratras ki jai. Hare Krishna. So after, so we will sing Narsingati for all. We have a long list of remembering all of them. By the way, Prashant, yes, your son, he did Kilimanjaro and came back down safely. Just got the message earlier on. So well done to him. Who's it? What are the children doing? Who's saying?
प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री गुरु महाराज की गौर प्रणंदे।
Just a few announcements and then cake cutting, more than one, and thank you for the Parak family, Parak family, for sponsoring the feast, because it's Om Parak's. Is it actually today? Oh, last week. Similarly,
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Similarly, Dhruva, the birth earlier on in the week. And there's third one?
Also, yeah, Prem Prakash Prabhu's 40th. We missed it.
Oh, yeah.
Then we'll,
Oh, of course, we all know that, yeah. Thank you.
He's nearly 41 now.
So, the big event is on Friday. There's a... Sorry. Wednesday, Ramchandra Vijay Dashmi, Dasera, and the appearance of Sri Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya, yes.